Hello, welcome to my channel. And for this video I will be doing a reading, and it's gonna be what was their first impression of you. We have you should pick a pile. We have three of them over here. Obviously this is pile number 1, number 2, and number 3. And I will start with the first one. Hello, pile number 1. So we have 3 cards over here, obviously. 2 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, and 7 of Swords. And yes, I only have 3 cards, unlike many people that have bazillion cards, but I feel like less is more. And we still get a good picture with just having 3 cards over here. So, what does 2 of Cups, what does 2 of Pentacles tell us? The 2 of Pentacles basically tells us that they might have seen you as a person who was trying to balance physical aspects of your life. You were working too much and maybe playing a little. Maybe they might have seen you that you were worrying about things getting done the right way. Maybe you were being precise and something like that. It could also mean that you were someone that took life easy. Whatever life handed you, you didn't care. You took it easy. Now, 5 of Cups over here tells us that it is a sign of passion. They might have seen you as a heartbroken person. You could actually look at the image over here. You can see the girl. She kind of looks heartbroken. And when we see these 2 cards over here together, when they pop up together in a reading, 7 of Swords and 5 of Cups, it indicates that you, he or she, or whatever person, well, we're talking about you right now, you didn't want to be tied down in a relationship, so you just wanted to run the other way. Now, if we look at this card over here, 7 of Swords, it tells us that you were alert, you were protecting what is yours, and you were in a complicated situation. They might have seen you that you didn't trust people. And as well, this card indicates that there was a theft of your ideas. So you might have been not just heartbroken about in a romantic way, it could have been a different type of heartbreak. Someone might have stolen your ideas from you, and you were trying to balance all those things out, and you might have felt hurt about those things. But we have to remember that 7 is a lucky number, and it tells us one thing, that you wouldn't let the ideas and your dreams be taken away from you by the others. So that was their first impression of you. A little bit complicated, but thoughts aren't always easy to summarize. Well, thank you, pile number 1, and I will move on to pile number 2. Hello, pile number 2. Let's see what was their first impression of you. So we have 3 cards over here: Justice, the World, and 5 of Pentacles. Let's start with Justice. Justice is actually an interesting card. They might have seen you, their first impression might have been as if you were a serious person. You could see through other people. So they might have saw you as you didn't want to deal with other people's bullshit. Not in a bad way, in a good way. You were a fair person, you were objective, truthful, and balanced. And you did well-considered decisions, like a rational person. The World over here, it is a rare card actually, which has no negative interpretations. Maybe some people could come up with them, but actually it doesn't. And it is the final future card in Major Arcana, and it tells us that no matter what happened to you in the past, you will always triumph in the end. So they might have seen you as a person that tried, you might have had something that you wanted to achieve, and you did it. You achieved something, like a person that completed his or her goals, and they might have seen you as a successful person. And right here we have Five of Pentacles, and this card doesn't actually look good at first glance, obviously, but I'll try to explain you what this card is trying to tell us, and we'll see what it's trying to tell us. So obviously we see it's cold outside, and it doesn't look, this card could tell us that they might have seen you as you had money problems or health problems or other challenges, and maybe you were not in a happy place, feeling helpless. But however, this card can tell us that if you kind of look at this thing, these people, why aren't they going to this warm place over here? They're just headed their own way, and they have their own light. So this card might tell us that you are an independent person, and you're not alone as people might think, and you just don't give up hope, and that maybe you are a true friend that they could always trust and stand by you, even if you're just, and well, I mean, and actually I was gonna say that even if you're just and truthful, but yeah, those are good traits. Friends do not lie. So there you go. It wasn't actually a bad, whoever it was you had in your mind, they didn't actually have anything bad to say about you when it came to their first impression of you. And I will move on to pile number 3 from here. Sorry it was short, but usually impressions are short. Hello, pile number 3, and let's see what was their first impression of you. We have 3 cards over here: 5 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and the Hierophant. We'll start with this one and then go into this one, and we'll see what they tell us all together. Well, 5 of Swords is actually a crappy card. In my opinion, it's a sucky card, and I'm sorry, but they must have. But well, let's see what this card tells us, but then we'll see what all of these cards tell us together. So don't get too scared by it. But so, well, looking at this card, they might have seen you as the person that who would win at all costs. Maybe you were disagreeing with others on their ideas. Maybe they must have thought you were stuck up. Now moving on to this card over here, they might have seen you as a tired person, that you were dealing with burdens, but those burdens were not your own. They were burdens of others. Well, and here we have the Hierophant. So when I said that this card was a crappy card, it didn't mean that the entire reading, the entire impression was bad, because the Hierophant is actually a card of major arcana, and it triumphs over the other cards. So it could be just on top of all the other cards, because this card has the power over the other cards, and this card has good things to say. It tells us that they might have seen you as a leader, or a person that was traditional, stable, compassionate, and inspirational. And so usually I don't give like specifics in my readings, but here I feel as if they've met you at your work, and you might have been working and dealing with other people's crap. That's why you were maybe dealing with too many customers or bad management, and you are the good person, a leader, and you knew better how to do things and how to inspire people, and maybe you like doing things in a traditional way. But then you have to deal with this crap. So you might have been stuck up because you actually know how to do things, but people didn't think about it this way. And you had to deal with their crap, their burdens. They were not your own. So this is what their first impression was of you. Kind of complicated, but not. Anyway, thank you, pile number 3, and I hope you enjoyed this reading.